What is up? What is going on? What's the deal? It's Friday, y'all. I hope everyone's doing well. I just wanted to kick it with you before we get into this Abyss Floor 35 and see how everyone's doing. And my voice is cracked. I ain't worried about it. So I woke up this morning and the channel has reached 100 subscribers. So I thank you. Very humbled. Just going to keep doing the thing, man. Keep releasing as much content as possible. Expect the video this Sunday covering One Piece and doing some manga chapter read through. So it's gonna be a new thing on the channel that I've talked about. So if you're into that, come on out. And with that said, if you guys have anything going on, any endeavors or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, stay strong. In the beginning, the results might not be what you expect. Keep going, keep positive. You can do it. You're stronger than you think. Believe it. All right, so before we get into that, we're gonna hit up the characters that are in it and talk about them and sort of what to expect, because once you complete a level, you can't go back into it. And also, shout out to Muhammad YU. He left in the comments for Biz Floor 30. He wanted to know the equipment I was running and all that stuff. So I thought about it. I was like, all right, no problem. I'll put that stuff at the end of this video so you can sort of see what I'm running. If it helps out at all, greatly appreciate it. Like and subscribe. I'm assuming everyone who's watching the Super String is playing Super String, but if you're not, thank you. and hopefully you can just find some enjoyment on the channel and come back and check in when there's something I'm covering that you are into. But without further ado, let's do it. All right, so depending on what units you're running, you got to sort of pick and choose who you want to take out first, or at least I did, depending on how much damage and output and also who you have built. There's a lot of RNG in here, but it's also depending on who you bring to the fight. So be wary of the Mafia boss, because this taunt, 2 turns, it's a lot. It throws off the rhythm and the speed count of who you're able to attack, and then you might have, in my case, my attacker DPS having to take him out first just to get to the other people. All right. Secondly, we got the Gold Goblin. Now, this dude is a pain because whoever you attack first, Juan Mio is going to either heal them or this guy's going to heal them. Now, I ran with the status effects to kind of freeze him and put him to sleep first, because what you're essentially doing is you're waiting for that turn where the shields come down, and then you want to use your characters who have the debuff to take the shield down to attack after that when it goes back up. All right, so the Gold Goblin is not only going to grant the attack boost for 2 turns, right? He's also going to increase the turn meter of the ally by 20%. That's a problem, especially if this lands on the trooper units who already have an attack boost. Now, this right here is a problem also, because if you freeze or you put Juan Miho and everyone else to sleep, but not him, he's going to cleanse all the debuffs and effects. Now, these cooldowns, this one is a 6 turn. It's a huge deal because it affects what happens. And it's hard to get him to sleep or to be frozen the first couple of times because his resistance is so high. Like, unless you get good RNG, like this is the RNG I was talking about, and running status effect equipment, because if you don't stop him, he's just going to cleanse it. And it's the same thing with Juan Miho. All right, CRF troopers. Once again, they start with the attack buff. So if you attack them and don't finish them, they're going to get the attack buff plus the turn meter increase, right? And then if Juan Miho heals, she's going to heal them and then give them a crit boost. But she also has an attack and a crit boost. So it becomes a problem. With their AoE attack, right? 60% damage to all enemies with an increased cooldown turn. This is when they end up wiping you when the shield is up. Depending on what color units you're running, in my case, I was running a lot of specialists, so I decided to take at least one of these out because I wasn't running a healer. So they had to go first. Then we got Juan Miho, and right here, regular damage, it's not a problem. But if she gets a buff from the gold goblin, her attack is gonna be a pain. She has this, which ignores defense. So imagine that with the increased turn meter as well as the attack boost. Then this is why people suggest that you should take her out first, because it reduces all allies' skill cooldown by a turn with a 50% chance upon turn. That's a lot, man. So essentially what happens is they use their attack and then get the cooldown, and then they're using it again. And then the shield's up. So you really you're just getting bursted down. So it's very peculiar. In my run, you'll see what I chose to do and how I went about it. But all right, so if you have enough DPS to take her out on one turn, instantly the match becomes super easy. There was a couple of runs where I actually managed to take her down first, but dealing with the shield and which units I had placed, I was switching so much stuff around. So I would take her out and then slowly pick off the other units. But by the time I did, I would die to losing health once I went overturned. So it became a problem. So I had to think about, all right, what's actually killing me and how can I survive if I'm not running a healer? So something to think about. You can attack her and get her done, and then their passives and skill cooldowns won't be they won't have that 50% chance to keep doing it, but depending on what the setup is, it can still be a problem.
내 장기를 보여줄게. 실망스럽군. 한번 해볼지야.
진짜 실력을 보여주겠어. 얕잡아봤구나.
죽어라. 조직의 규율이다. 얼쑤 좋다. 전방 수류탄. 내 고통을 느껴라. 확 부려버려야.
얕잡아봤구나.
필수 필승이야. 알수 잘수 좋다.
이렇게 해야지.
죽어라. 한번 해볼까?
후회하게 해주지.
얕잡아봤구나.
손대지 마라. 죽여버려.
진짜 실력을 보여주겠어.
방진류.
확 부려버려야.
얕잡아봤구나.
이유 없이 함께 싸워주는 게 친구요.
That's what I'm talking about. You saw that happen. Man, that level, it gave me a little bit of trouble. I ain't gonna lie. I think if I'd have been stronger, it probably would have been a little bit easier, but I figured out the pattern. I was like, all right, now I just need the RNG for the status effects. But either way, we got it done. Yeah. All right, so we have gotten this crate before, but for some reason, this one feels so damn good. All right, so I'm gonna keep moving on to 36. Obviously, I'm gonna take a break. I was racking my head all day with this one. I had some free time, so I was like, all right, let me bust it out. And we did it. Let's head over to the inventory and just open up the crate. I don't think I have any tickets or anything. And then keep it moving. Remember to like and subscribe if this was at all useful. All right, so I know some people be asking what I'm running or what sets. I move a lot of stuff around depending on what content I'm tackling because, you know, money and upgrading equipment, man, it's a pain. You ever see something sitting at 20% for like 160 something, 188 something thousand each try? It's a lot of money, man. All right, so this is Anne. I got her. I've had her all talented out. So this is why I run a lot of A characters. This is my Uchida. 5/5, and she's got both of the pieces. So one of these I got lucky with. The other one I just pinpoint crafted because these are blue. So it's about 3 million for the total process, but you only got to go to level 15. So it's not as painful as trying to get a 18 plus piece of gear. Now, Kim, this is not normally what I run on him. As you can see, some of this stuff isn't leveled up, but I needed him to be speed, and I needed for his status effects to hit. Like there's a crit because that was the best piece I had, but you know, I was going for speed down here below, a little bit of defense or whatever I can get. Then speed here because I just needed him out front. So the problem is that my Ann is so fast. She's at 279, and this is why I had to change her. She was at like 300, you know, just because of her secondary pieces. Look at this, you know. So it was a problem. She was going first, so I would be able to put her her EX, this Octa skill up, but I would always miss the round where she was invulnerable or when I could take the shield down before. So like the speed is a big deal. And lastly, I ran Kang, and I just put him with some of my best attack and defense pieces on. And he probably would have been better if I had his skills up, but you know, I wasn't really running him like that. I was using him mostly in like story mode and stuff like that to put on the team. But that's pretty much it. Oh, snap. We got 10 tickets. Let's do these. And then we'll open up the crate. Nothing. And this miraculous crate, this EX core, I don't even care if it's a dupe, man. It feels so good to get it. There we go. And we got 14 days out. And I feel like next month I should be able to clap it down a little bit easier. All right. It is a dupe. We do have the Red Swans AT Blood Beluga Blade. With that said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Appreciate it. I hope it helps and I hope you enjoyed. And if you're watching these videos and ain't liked and subscribe, hey man, what's going on, man? What's going on? All right, y'all. Take it easy. Peace.